Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Super Mario 64 Triple Bingo Tournament. We're glad to be here with you tonight with Shans and Yale. I've got Bedronis on my right side over here. We're ready to bring you an awesome match. What you think?
I'm actually pretty excited for this. It looks like a lot of fun. I know Shane's is like another keyboard god likes to go to. Yale, I'm kind of friends with him, so I'm hoping he does well, but not
For
biased.
sure.
So I'm just
Absolutely. And
excited to see how it goes.
a special thanks, of course, goes out to GSA for sponsoring this event. They have been going hard like no other, for real, with the nonstop 70 tournament, which is still going on, and then at the same time this triple bingo tournament. So the action never really stops. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just being in the nonstop tournament was a ton of fun. Like, there's been so many great games. Like the spectator value, I think that category is really fantastic. So like they wouldn't, but like we wouldn't have it without GSA. They really like brought it into the spotlight. And same with bingo. We already had a single bingo tournament, but with triple bingo, you can see a lot more like game knowledge showing off. Knowing like the route synergy, very like obscure game mechanics, or placement of one ups, or I don't know, just
Now,
all these random things that you never think of unless you're playing bingo.
and that's a good point. Maybe you can kind of give me some insight, because I'm a noob with a 483 hour PB on my 120 star. So
Okay.
explain kind of the difference between the triple bingo and just a regular bingo tournament.
Well, I mean, the only real difference in the rule is that you need to have 3 rows, columns, or diagonals to win. Where in single bingo, you obviously only need 5 in a row. But in triple bingo, like the amount of combinations are exponentially greater because each row, column, or diagonal can overlap with another one. So if you like factor in all the possible overlaps and like all the possible like route synergy between 2 different cards, which you might have like red coin star in SSL and 100 coin star in SSL or something, where they kind of like go together. Where when single bingo, like the algorithm is designed so you can't have like a row that's like 1 star in JRB, 5 stars in JRB, all stars in JRB, or something like that. But in triple bingo, you could actually get those and like really knock out a lot of things in one single stage or like a small segment of your run. So you can really see runners put a lot more emphasis on the kind of large scale routing and have like a pretty get a lot of things done in a short amount of time. Like a single bingo, a good
Right.
player will probably do it in about 30 minutes. Like sub 30 is like considered a good bingo time. But
For
in triple
sure.
bingo, it's only like 10 minutes longer and maybe like 15. But if you think they
Right.
have to do at least like 8 more squares, then
And that
it's
makes sense.
really remarkable.
Truly. And we have one of the runners currently in the call with us, Yale. I know you're coming into this event right here in round one. How do you feel about this matchup today?
Um, I'm hoping it'll be a good match. I haven't done a bingo since the last bingo tournament, so it's been a while.
For
But I've been
sure.
playing a lot of Mario, so I'm hoping that my gameplay won't be bad.
That always helps. One of the keys in triple bingo is being able to improvise and focus on which line you're going after. You kind of have no clue what you're going into. So how do you prepare for a race like this?
You know, I'm kind of not very prepared. I'm
Right?
just going in blind, and I'm hoping that I can see a good row, or a good few rows, I guess. And I'm hoping that
Gonna
I
wing
can
it.
think of a smart row. Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna wing it, and I'm gonna hope that Shan's either plays badly or chooses a bad row, or
Now,
both.
is there anything that you've been working on in particular that we should look out for? I see, you going over 100 coin and Womp's Fortress quite a bit. Anything that you think of that would stand out?
No, don't.
Nothing,
Nothing's gonna
nothing in
stand out.
particular. All right. Well,
Nothing's gonna stand out.
I have a feeling that you're going to surprise us anyway. I tune in quite a bit to your channel and notice some of the things that you do as a consistent runner. So I'm pretty excited to see what you have to offer today.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope
All
I
right.
can put on a good show.
And we'll definitely get back with you right after this race. Good luck to you.
Good
Thank
luck,
you.
Yale.
Thank you, guys. Have fun.
For
All right, so
sure.
that
All
was
right.
Yale.
Yep, absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, Yeah, he definitely doesn't seem like too confident about this, but just seeing him warm up, like I think he's ready. You know, even if he
I think
doesn't
so
know
too.
exactly what he's gonna do, you can only be so prepared for a bingo where everything's up in the air until you click reveal on the card.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Yale is a very consistent player. Consistent throughout how he practices. He's very methodical. So I'm pretty excited to see what both of these runners have to offer. Right now, looks like we're getting started within the next couple of seconds. I'm really excited to see what the card brings up.
All right, let's see it. Okay, in the middle you got the Bits Red Coin Star. I think that's actually a pretty nice one. You'll probably see both of them have some kind of intersection with that tile because it's right at the end of the game and it's really not that much because you go into bits anyway to complete the game. So you're really only adding like maybe a minute to get that out of the way.
Right.
And with the all possible combinations, you have column 3, row 3, and both diagonals. Jumping out at me, I would say, I don't know, like they're both like okay rows, I guess. Probably not column 3 because of 6 Stars and Rainbow Ride, but maybe
Yeah,
like
at least one
top
star
left,
from 10
bottom right.
stages. I mean, you've got a lot of options with this particular card. All stars and Bob, at least 1 star from 10 stages right there in column 3. I will say, yeah, that is a little rough for 6 stars and Rainbow Ride.
Yeah. I think you might see someone. Well, actually, yeah, it's really hard to say. I'm trying to think of how these might line up. If someone goes to reach the castle roof, you'll see them just go for that instead of lack 2 skip.
For
So,
sure.
I don't think Yale started this timer.
He did not. I believe what we're going to do is use Shan's timer. We're just going to move it over
Okay.
to kind of time for both of those so that we have an accurate time.
Alright, so both get lack 2 skip. Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
In sync, right into BOB. So it looks like they could be going for row 4, column 3 to kind of start out. You know, like you said, that Bits Red Coin Star right in the center is definitely going to be an advantage. Let's see what both of these guys have to offer. Executing bomb clip
Shane had a
almost
really small
seamlessly.
Yeah, he almost missed it just because you have to do like 3 hops, but he got it all right. So we can
Not
also
too
rule out
bad.
neither of them going to reach the castle roof, and I think like row 4 is kind of abysmal anyway. Like all stars and BOB and DDD.
Oh yeah, for
Column
sure.
5 like might not be as bad, but still not like the best column.
3 stars from
There's a lot of
TTC and
all
Rainbow
stars.
Ride.
Like, let's go through. You've got all stars in JRB, THI, TTM, LLL, DDD, BOB. Anything else? 6 stars in SSL.
6
and
stars in
BBH.
SSL.
Yeah, and BBH. Like, there's just a lot of like packed stages. I don't think Shansss has as much 120 experience as Ale, so like, I'm actually gonna edge him a good bit into some of these longer tiles.
For sure. Now we do have the timer matched up now, utilizing Shane's title. Oh, nice little bonk from Yale.
Yeah. Kind of interesting how it works on staircases like that sometimes. You see it have that weird behavior where it knocks you in the opposite direction. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Shane's going for cannonless. Good old ledge grab setup. That'll work out.
We got Yale going for the slide now. Now, you know, this is something that it's funny. The 0.1 to 0.2 seconds really makes the difference here.
On the slide, you mean?
On the slide, and it's consistent. I've watched Yale sit here and just bang out the slide over and over, just trying to get like 0.1 down, 0.2 down. So it's definitely a consistent issue, and I think that Yale does have that advantage a little bit, just as far as consistency of play.
Yeah, I mean 12-8's not bad at all for the slide, and he's going back in. So like in terms of Castle Secret Stars, you have that column run row 2 connector.
Right.
You could probably see Yale go for something like column 1. Doesn't look too bad. I just don't know if like that's nothing really jumps out at you. Like every row has like at least one like big guy that's gonna take a long time to complete.
Now, and this is where those 120 runners have kind of an advantage to opening 7 cannons, you know, knowing the cannon placement. A 70-star runner isn't necessarily going to know all of those right off the top of their head and be able to route effectively.
To be fair, like, I'd say at least half of those cannons we get around anyway. We still need to open them. If you're cheese, you know, you don't even open the JRB cannon.
You go for the JRB cannonless at expert mode, level 5,000. That's how that works.
Yep.
Looks like Shane's fallen just a little bit here.
Yeah, he's definitely slipping up here. Hello. I mean, this is not a fun backup to do. Okay, he's missed like an entire like cycle and a half here, so he's just gonna wait it out. Really big time loss from Shansss, unfortunately. He's just gonna keep chucking along. Plundering in the second chip, not going for the clip. He's gonna have to lure out the eel. It seems like he's aware of like how this strat works. It's probably his go-to in 120 star. That eel is pretty far out, so. Yeah.
JRB is that particular stage that a lot of runners like to skip.
Oh no!
Missing that chest. A lot of the runners like to kind of forego it. I know it's not even ran in 70-star because swimming is kind of interesting in Super Mario 64 if you've never done it. It's all about timing and listening to each stroke, I guess, to understand how fast you're going. You know, even when I started speedrunning, just kind of spammed that A button, hoping that I was going to go faster. And it's definitely a skill, but it does slow down your runs just a little bit. Yeah,
I think you can definitely tell if someone's like a master 120 star when they have just perfect swimming. And, like even someone who has an okay JRB is probably going to lose a substantial amount of time. Maybe the lag reductions, maybe to just worse swimming overall. Also, an interesting thing about swimming is like going neutral versus holding a direction. You usually won't see like people like wiggle the stick much. You'll like tap A and flick the direction. I don't really like know the exact mechanics of it, but like that's what like optimal swimming looks like, rather than just steering and pressing A in the rhythm. It's a bit more complicated than that.
For sure, and swimming in general in Super Mario 64 can be very difficult. I know in 16-star, you're only going to be swimming in Dire Docks, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the only place you're swimming in 70-star is Dire Docks as well. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Unless, like, somehow you go swimming in a Jar World on accident, but...
Right.
It's not the plan.
Yale, of course, going for 100 coin in JRB. Now, I know that here in JRB, isn't there only like 103 coins or something like that? It's a very low coin count, so you do have to be accurate in
I think it's
locating
104.
I knew it was very low.
Yeah, like you can get 100 coin without the reds, but you have to get every other coin. You have to kill all the Goombas and not miss any coins, because there's 2 reds on the ship, the 7th and the 8th one in the normal RTA route, and without those, you have exactly 100 to complete the star. So I think
like
Gale's getting reds as well.
Shane is kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It looks like he was opening cannons there, column 1, row 4.
Yep. That's a bingo specific strat where you can definitely... Oh, he'll get hit by the clam, unfortunately. As I was saying earlier, like, if you don't know what you're doing, you just kind of ride the lift all the way up and just take forever. I don't think he rode the lift well. I think he used the breeze instead, which is much faster.
Headed into Dark World, one of those movement intensive courses for sure. Birding right there at the beginning. He still has the chance to be able to make normal cycle for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Change is a 16-star specialist, so I'm sure he has like all the cameras to get his angles just right, I suppose.
Going through, I'm truly amazed at what a lot of these runners can accomplish, even in a short period of time, just finding these ins and outs. And a lot of times it's these bingo tournaments that really do it for you, to be perfectly honest, because you're having to improvise. You're not following a set route. You're trying to figure out the fastest way from point A to point B, which is not easy. A lot of Super Mario 64 speedrunners almost turn on that autopilot after a while, and they're like, all right, well, I'm doing a 120 now, so I know I go here, 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 and here. But this kind of makes you think, like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do next?
I couldn't agree more. In my limited bingo experience, just I'm always looking at the card. Like I do bomb clip and then I stare at the card. You know, then I open the bomb store and I stare at the card. It's like you're always trying to process and think of what's going to come next. So it's really a skill to balance both your mechanical aspect of playing with the mental aspect of strategizing. And some people are very good at it. So you'll see people like Alaris and Saxdale who like are decent runners, but you know, not like world beaters. They also turn into bingo monsters. So it's kind of cool to see.
As of this time, you know, it's almost up in the air on what these guys are thinking. It's almost, I wish I had like a monitor in their brain to say, hey, you know, I'm looking at this particular row or this column. So right now it's all kind of just speculation, just starting out from these two very experienced SM64 speedrunners.
Yeah, I think Yale is probably going for All-Stars in DDD at least. We can assume that much. I don't know how many Sikanas, it's like 5 or 6.
Because he already did the 100 coin star in JRB. It's not marked off as of right this second.
Is that a tie?
It is. That's going to be column 5, row 3. So most likely he's going for column 4, row 2, which is All Stars in JRB.
I think by his. I think he's more likely to go for column 4 than row 2.
I think so as well. Just kind of looking how he's already been set up.
All-Stars in DDD is really long though. Fact,
because he was able, he opened one cannon.
Yeah.
You know, so that
I think All-Stars in DDD is terrible because there's nothing else in this whole board that makes you get Vanish Cap, I don't think. I can't see anything. I guess 6 stars in SSL, but you can skip into the Igloo anyway. Well, no, you have to do it for 100 coin, I believe. Okay. Okay, Yale finishing JRB, marking both tiles. Yeah, it's really all up in the air. Like, a lot of these goals are kind of like late in the game anyway, like a bunch of things upstairs and in basement. So it's really hard to tell what they're going to go for right away.
And that's like, what I said. I wish I had that monitor.
Yeah.
If we had that monitor in their brain to see kind of, you know, what the thought process is, because they're looking at the same card that we are.
What did Yale save and quit?
He did save and quit.
He just save and quit.
He did save and quit.
What's he doing?
Looks
he's
like
trying to reach the castle roof.
Reach the castle roof. That's what it looks like he's going.
It could have been an intentional save and quit then, because like maybe he's just changed his mind. He's like, yeah, I want to do row 4 now that I've got 100 coin star in JRB. Okay, but I actually don't know how to do this movement. Okay, Yale's got it.
He's up there. All right, so column 5, he's gotten row 3 and row 4 so far, coming down the front of the castle now. See, and that's where we were talking about. Anything goes. Anything can change at a given moment. We think we're going one direction and we're taking it another direction.
Shansss is opening the cannon, and I think he's getting SSL reds.
Looks like Yale's headed directly into CCM. I assume that's going to be to open up a cannon.
Shansss almost clipped on that little fence, which would have killed him, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he barely got that coin as well. Pretty scary from Shansss. But he's gonna mark. Okay, it looks like he finished it without dying, so he already went ahead and marked off that square. So since he specifically went out to open the cannon, he could be doing row 1 or column 1.
It's still very
like
up
he
in
didn't
the
reach
air.
the castle roof either, so I don't think he's going for row 4 at this point. But he already left SSL, so he's not going to do column 1, otherwise he would have done more stuff in SSL because he only got the 1 star. So I don't know what he's planning to do. Maybe row 1? That doesn't seem too bad actually. You'd have to do 100 coin without the big house and the sky star.
Heading in to lower that moat. Going for Vanish Cap. All right. Yale working his way, obviously, through Dark World.
He's getting that nice pottery shig. Oh, okay. I'm always a bit nervous at that part because if you're ever gonna die on poverty sig, that's where you die. He'll missing the side flip a couple times. I mean he'll get it in the end, but just a bit sloppy in the closing moments of Dark World. But as long as you don't die, it's like okay, you know, you just move on. Shane's not getting the reds. He's just gonna hit the switch. Go ahead.
What's interesting is it's anybody's race at this point. You know, you can't even speculate to say, hey, Yale is already marked off 3 blocks and say that he's in the lead because every block is different. Not one block is weighted the same. So it's really kind of interesting to see where these guys are going.
Yeah. It looks like Shane's just going into HMC, which he'll just do that to get his 15 stars to get nips, I assume, because I don't see anything in the card about HMC. Actually, 100 coin star, if he wants to go for that. Yeah, it seems like with his 16 star knowledge, he'd rather do Vanish Cap and then re-enter for HMC. Okay, he is going for HMC 100. So this is going to lock Shane's into column 2 here. Which actually is good routing, because that'll put him right at 15 and let him get nips. And this will be like his second 100 coin star, I think. Did he get something else?
I do not know. I don't believe so. He no Yale.
Oh no, he got red coin star in SSL.
He got red coin in SSL. Yale ended up getting the 100 coin in JRB. Is what you're thinking of?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Looks like Yale headed into HMC. It's all good.
Okay.
Now, the question has been brought up before. Why is there all of this oil in the bottom of this castle?
I don't have an answer.
No one has an answer for why Peach is hoarding onto this oil in the bottom of her castle, but we've got both of our runners knee deep in it.
Maybe that's
right
where the
now
money comes from.
Maybe the secret oil fund of Peach.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe that's why Bowser keeps coming after her. That's what the issue is. Looks like Yale hitting up these reds in HMC. Shane's had 81. Going for this BLJ right here, which is a lot harder than what it looks like. To be able to get up there and clip through. Being a 16-star runner, you know, that's not something that you typically see, but he executed that pretty much flawlessly.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive because you're basically walking off of a wall you can't see because it's just dark. Oh, Yale. Okay, I think he meant to do that actually. So Shane's is gonna get 100. Okay. I don't know specifically why he's doing this. I guess he doesn't need the red coin star anyway. Alright, so a good 100 coin route from Shane's. I think that's gonna do pretty well for him. So he's gonna be able to get nips, head into DDD, and I think... Actually, I don't even know. I can't even say anything what they're doing. Like, it's so vague at this point. Usually by this point in the run, you'd at least have a good idea of like 2 of their rows, but I only know like 1. He's doing column 2. There you go. So maybe
it's
he'll
safe
do
to
DDD
say,
100.
you know, the bitch red coin star. It's safe to say that most likely they may be going for this. Yale also getting a almost perfect clip for his 100 coin HMC. Looks like Shane's heading directly into Dire Docks. See what he's going to start out with. Another swimming level.
Yep, just gonna board the sub, it seems like. Whereas Zales did like the kind of traditional 100 coin route with the reds. Where he's gonna go back and get these last 2 or 3. That eyeball is like really tricky. You don't have very much room to run around to stay on the platform. This triple jump wall kick is also pretty tough. Yale's gonna get that, very well done.
Shane's actually
and the blue fell off, so decent RNG. So good stuff from Yale, pulling off the 100 coin as well. Something where you could definitely see someone lose a ton of time on.
Could it be that Shane's is going for all stars in DDD? He just used that Vantage Cap to grab that star.
Yeah, maybe.
He could be going for row 4 at this point.
Oh, that was its own star. I didn't even see that. or maybe I did, I just forgot about it. So it depends if he wants to get anything other than War Bowser sub at this point, because he doesn't need anything else. But if he's going for bottom or top left bottom right, then he does need All Stars in DDD.
Right.
Or like row
Yep.
4, which would also connect with Red Coin Star and SSL.
Looks like Yale lowering that mighty mode once again. Headed over to Vanish Cap.
Yeah, both runners. I don't think you often see 2 Vanish Caps. I don't think he's gonna get reds though either. He just needs to hit the switch.
All right, so Shan's moving that water back to expose Bowser in the Fire Sea.
Actually, I guess he's going for 5 Castle Secret Stars.
Yep, it looks as well that he is actually getting red in Vanish Cap.
Yeah. Okay. Yale not dying. You know, there's so many ways that you can die in Vanish Cap. You know, there's a good reason why, like, 120 runners say it's like one of the hardest stars in the game. Yale not getting the Siglemic, but he got through it pretty well. Okay, so Shane's has been Fire Sea now. Like, I think we can say he's definitely going for column 2, row 5, that's like all upstairs. And something else we don't know yet.
Then we can solidify for Yale row 2 for sure as well. So right now it looks like column 5 and row 2 are for sure from Yale. Column 2.
Shane's missed the throw. It's unfortunate.
He threw that Bowser like he owed him some money. That's what we call that in the SM64 world.
I like that. Okay, I thought he was just gonna jump off the edge again, and now you hit the bomb. Okay, so Yell and BBH now, so he's gonna probably get 6 stars for column 1, if I had to guess. Or does he just need...
That boo giving him a little issue right there.
Is there anything else in BBH though on the card other than 6 stars?
Let's see.
I don't think so. Yell gets hit by the eyeball thing.
Those finicky eyeballs. Both runners on the same page as Shane's heads directly into BBH as
This
well.
one we'll see Yale's 120 knowledge hopefully shine through here. Not going for any like door skips or anything, but well, I guess you can't even do that on the English version. But like I think Shane's gonna have a lot more of a struggle with BBH. Some hard parts on the 100 coin maybe, or knowing like how the boos work in terms of like where they're gonna be. Like right now you can see, or if you're a practice 120 runner, you kind of like set up where the boo's gonna end up.
Exactly. Runners fairly even right now. I'm kind of shocked. You know, we do see where runners will typically play to their strengths in these bingo tournaments, but adding in that triple advantage, like what you talked about earlier, creates a dynamic that you don't typically see in regular bingo tournaments.
Yeah,
Approaching 23 minutes right now.
I think go on a ghost hunt is kind of fun because you see everyone just do all these side kicks everywhere to conserve your speed, like through the text boxes. It's kind of fun to watch.
Right.
Because you don't see it used too often. Yale getting 100 coin now. Hitting the scuttlebugs. You can't really go. Oh, okay. He's got to hurry up and get inside before his Vanish Cap wears off. Okay, barely
he made it.
That was really close. Yeah. The Vanish Cap only lasts for so long. Okay.
Hitting in, working on that 100 coin. Let's see what Shane's has got up his sleeve entering into Big Boo's haunt. Going for reds behind that haunted piano. You know, kind of a bit of nostalgia for me when I played SM64 as a kid. That piano scared the crap out of me.
I always feel like that's a
time.
community meme at this point. People saying they're scared of the piano because like it's true. That thing's creepy.
It's
not
creepy
downright
and
like
loud.
horrifying.
Right.
Like just like the clanging noise when you activate it. Like it probably doesn't come across on the stream very well, but like just walking on it's like dun, 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 and it's like just so jarring, you know.
All right.
I played the piano for a couple years. I'm really bad at it though. I just pretty much did it for fun.
So you're a better speedrunner than a piano player. That's what you're trying to tell us.
I wouldn't say I'm a better speaker. Probably, yeah. I'd say I definitely put more hours into Mario than in piano.
Well, that's fair then. Because I'm pretty sure a piano stream going on right now, we wouldn't have nearly as many viewers.
I don't know. I think some people stream music on Twitch. If you know Pub Squidward, he does 70% Majora's Mask, and he'll like play piano during cutscenes. I actually really like watching that. It's very
That's
soothing.
fair.
Majora's
fair,
Mask
and
has
even-
really good music.
And even with going back to a Super Mario 64
I
speedrun,
was about to say,
Good old
I'm so
Pika.
off topic.
no, Buka. If you've ever watched Buka, he soothes his stream with that lovely guitar voice of him. Singing tunes from the 80s, 90s, and now is how we kind of play that off.
Oh, I think Yale missed the.
Yale did miss the long jump there across. Going back up, having to hold on to that finish cap. I don't know if he's going to refresh his cap. Getting frustrated. Let's see here. I think he's going to have to refresh his cap here.
Yeah, it's already blinking. Okay. I mean, it's good that he at least went back before he like tried to get in the room right as it faded out. I
Alright,
actually think
it's
Shane
right-
is doing well in BBH. Like, I don't know that he would have practiced it that much, but he kind
Well,
of
it's
seems
another-
like he's done everything.
It's
At
another
least
one of those areas
for the
that
majority.
16 and 70 star runners just don't go into. I mean, 70 star only gets 2 stars on the normal route. 16, you don't even touch the course. So yes, he is doing really well. And this is actually one of my favorite courses, just because it's so interesting. The camera drives you nuts because you don't have that free cam, so you get frustrated trying to line simple things up like side flips. But I think the course itself is just unique compared to any other course that's in Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I think when I played this casually, I went into like I went in like the main house for to get a ghost hunt. Then after that, I went like down to the like basement area where no one like in speedrunning you just kind of fall through the floor. They call like getting factoried or whatever
Right.
to get down to the merry-go-round. But if you actually go down this shed, it's like really spooky and like, you know, completely different from any other mood in the game, I would say. It's actually a really cool area. But like, and then like later on as I was playing, I like fell down accidentally. I'm like, I thought I was dead. And then I ended up in the merry-go-round.
Right.
And I was like, what? So, yeah, that was a cool moment. I actually
this
think
is what-
James had a really good BBH. Like, he actually like gained time over Yale in BBH.
I agree. His movement is definitely more deliberate. A couple of minor mistakes from Yale. So this is definitely something that he's practiced here recently.
Mm-hmm.
Both runners getting 6 stars in BBH, which is going to be column 1, row 5 in the bottom left there.
I wish we got a little bit of an interview from Shansss though, because I have no idea like how much he's played recently, or if he practiced for bingo.
I mean, it definitely shows.
Oh, he's already
Rabbit
heading
did
upstairs.
here. And Chance is heading upstairs. Let's
Don't
see where
let
he's going to
that,
go. He's got Secret Stars and THI, which is fairly quick. Looks like he's going to head directly into Wet Dry World. So most likely going for the 100 coin star here in Wet Dry World.
I wouldn't say the lead is too big at this point. Chance has a lot of work to do upstairs. He's got secrets in THI and 100 coin star in Wet Dry World, which he's doing now. They're not too long. 3 stars in TTC and Rainbow Ride are a bit longer, not that crazy. Then you think, okay, he's got to do all stars in TTM. He's got to get like 3 more 100 coin stars, and then like do a whole column that we don't know what it's gonna be yet. So
Getting a little dust there.
maybe he would do like the top column,
It's
like top row rather, row 1, because that's all in upstairs.
I mean, he's getting the secrets now, so that's obviously something that he's going for. I don't think he's pre-programmed. Getting shocked there. Hitting secret number 4, grabbing that coin. RNG is your friend in Wet Dry World 100 coin for sure. There have been so many runs that I've had that just coins just fly off everywhere, and you're like, oh my gosh, now I gotta start
Actually,
all over.
he is gonna go for row 1 as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like,
No
being able to do
worries.
100 coin star with secrets.
Oh!
Oh, he gets got by the chuck, yeah. Oh, he broke out. Okay.
He broke out.
Yeah, just thinking like it might be row 1, but it definitely is because he can get secrets and the 100 coin star at the same time. Like perfect synergy. You know, 2 birds with 1 tiny little stone, and that'll put him like on a path to complete the 100 coin star in SL, which also contributes to his 6. And I think he's gotten like 2 more otherwise, so he's gonna need like, I can't even count. I can't remember like other than BBH like what 100 coin stars he's done. But like the route works really well for him.
Going in, looks like THI Secrets is going to be what's next. His run is starting to solidify itself. We're painting a picture here that we can finally see what's going on. Yep, THI Secrets coming on now to finish up column 2, row 5. So open up the cannon. He does have to open up at least 3 cannons for row 1. Burning himself right there, trying to jump up.
I think the THI cannon, you don't actually watch the cutscene for it, which makes it kind of unique.
Ooh.
Because like it literally can't
getting the clip.
show the slot being open because it's like really tiny. Okay. Got that big long jump. I mean the jump off the mountain, not a long jump, but he ledge grabbed as well, so pretty scary.
That's one of those deceptively difficult task, you know, in SSL and a couple other spots where you're just kind of sliding down and have to time your jump. It's different because of the camera angles for sure on that star.
I wouldn't say it's like that difficult, but like if you were just watching someone and you've never tried it, like, you know, you won't know that you actually have to like do a fairly like precise timing.
Going up top here in TTM, we got Yale grabbing that vanish cap and Dire Docks.
Yeah, he's really filling out some of his squares now as well.
So we can kind of solidify just about that. Yale will be going into column 5 and then row 2 and row 5 as well.
Yeah, Shand is having a bit of trouble getting the log wall kick though. That's the most important thing.
And Yale finally headed upstairs as well.
Okay, he needed like an extra single jump, so like he pretty much had to do that last one frame perfectly. Alright, All Stars in TTM is kind of long. Like it's not like the longest stage, but some of them are pretty lengthy, like saving the monkey. It does take a bit of time.
Oh, that Skeeter making the best of Yale, heading into Wet Dry World. Those darn Skeeters. Pretty good RNG though, compared to Shan's run.
Yeah, we'll have to see this Skeeter. Oh, he's running away. Okay, oh, that's a good wall kick. He like bounced perfectly into the coins. Luckily that coin RNG was good as well, cooperating. Change with another log wall kick success. And this time he's going for, okay, breathtaking view from bridge. Sometimes like if you ledge grab like too close to the 1-up, you know, you don't have enough room to side flip, but he had enough room.
And I've seen different setups for that particular star, you know, doing the side flip dive right there. Some people will go ahead and just ledge grab right there, jump back up and do the side flip dive directly into that star. But I have seen a couple of setups that don't seem as consistent.
Oh, that was a bit scary. First of all, avoiding the check. Sometimes, like, if he's like that, you know, it's much better to just run around him. But also, he was in danger of clipping through the fence and dying because when he's had like that narrow of a margin, he's going very low on his kick because he basically had to drop straight down from the chuck. Yeah, so like he definitely could have died if he was like a tiny bit lower. Very rare to see that happen, but it does happen. Okay, so getting the box. Shansss has been playing really well, I think.
I mean, very deliberate movement we're seeing from Shansss as he's going through just ticking off boxes. There's no second guessing, and you almost don't really have time to second guess in these bingo tournaments. You know, your mind is going 5,000 miles an hour, attempting to execute these strats without making a mistake, all while trying to strategize on what the best way to finish your particular card is. So it can almost be draining to even think about what's going through some of these runners' minds as they're participating in the tournament.
Shane's
You know,
also
as we
on
said-
keyboard. I don't know if you knew or not.
I was not aware on keyboard, and I've tried before with my Hori broke recently, and I tried to play on keyboard, and it's not the easiest thing in the world for sure.
It's definitely. Ooh, Shane's missed a coin.
Missing a
He's gonna
coin.
go- I think like you can see is like being on keyboard that he like had to stop and like turn around so
And turn
slowly
around.
and deliberately.
Right.
Otherwise, he probably would have fallen off. Yale having a bit of trouble here with his 100 coin beginning. That seems like a nice like beginner strat, where instead of diving off of this cliff, you actually just do it from the tree instead. Okay, so All Stars in THI is gonna combine row 2 and row 2 and column 5, and he's probably at like 7 or 8 stages of his 1 star from 10 stages square. So he's making good progress.
So right now, we already know that row 5, column 5, will solidify row 5 for both runners, which I'm assuming we'll see here shortly, as Yale is going for the 100 coin in THI right now.
He also got the triple kill on the Goomba. On the Goombas, it's pretty nice. Definitely a mom get the camera kind of moment.
Mom, get the camera.
Oh baby, a triple. I think Yale's actually in the lead here because they both need 3 stars from TTC and Rainbow Ride, but apart from that, Yale needs pretty much just the 100 coin star in SL and to finish THI. I think TTC and Rainbow Ride will make up the 10, whereas Shane still needs to do 6 whole stars in Rainbow Ride. That's going to take a really long time, and I think Yale's going to have to make up. He's going to have to make some mistakes, like dying in the cave. So
Right. Which is very easy to do.
yeah, he survived though.
Now, for those of you just tuning in, this is the triple bingo tournament. This is round 1 of the tournament. If you'd like to see the bracket, all you got to do is hit ! bracket. You'll get 2 links there. The link to the ongoing 70 or nonstop 70 tournament, which is going on right now, I believe in round 3, and then this tournament, which is now in round 1, just starting off. 2 tournaments going on at the same time. GSA constantly bringing you that live, nonstop action on all 3 of the channels. If you haven't checked it out, check out Speedrun on Twitch. You can check out this channel you're watching us on now, Speedrun SM64. And then you have Super Mario Odyssey. You know, Cheese has been running Super Mario Odyssey, going hard here recently. So that's Speedrun SMO. So be sure to check, follow, and subscribe to those channels to get all of the information and news on any of these GSA sanctioned tournaments coming up.
I could listen to your voice all day.
Yes, I try. You know, in my stream they talk about Mario ASMR. Yes, that's the goal.
You know who
Mario
Ruby
ASMR.
Sorry is? People always
I
say,
do.
like, he has like the ASMR voice. I don't know.
Yes.
It's very like the
yes.
deep British voice that he has. Oh, Yale's chasing some coins. It took him for like a big old sled ride. I don't know. Okay. He's gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry, Shansss, not Yale. I don't know. What I'm
Shansss,
talking
and
about.
yeah, because Yale was struggling just a little bit with that wiggler. All right, looks like Yale heading back into THI, solidifying, getting all stars to THI. Then now that includes all 6 stars plus the 100 coin star, which he's already gotten.
Yeah, I think he's almost done. After this, he's got to get the Pranas and then race the Koopa. So all the hard stuff is out of the way. I think Yale's in a good position to finish this bingo with a really solid time. Okay, so Shane's doing his BLJs. So it looks like he's in the lead, but remember, he's got a lot to do in Rainbow Ride and TTC.
We're looking at it, and I cannot remember off the top of my head how many more 100 coin star he has got to get, but for sure we're going to probably see that TTC 100 come out here just shortly.
I mean, he's got to have at least 4. But actually, this could come down pretty close because obviously his 6 stars in Rainbow Ride are contributed to by his 3 stars in Rainbow Ride. So he only needs like 3 in TDC, 6 in Rainbow Ride. And 4 of those collectively are 100 coins.
Having
So,
a
like,
little bit of trouble with the BLJs.
I think he
getting
could
in there.
definitely finish in like less than 10 minutes from now, maybe like 8. Yale's got to get a little bit less than Tippy, and he's almost done with THI, so I'd still put him in the lead, but it's not over.
It's not over till the fat lady
Shansss-
sings. That's what the saying is.
I don't. Okay, if Shansss is going for more time moving stars, then he must have 500. Oh my god, he must have 500 coin stars already because otherwise he'd have to get TDC 100 as well, and that would just be a waste of 2 stars. Okay, getting rolled in the cage pretty successfully. Yale finishing up THI, racing the Koopa without the shell, very casually crossing the bridge, barely beating the Koopa, but you know, a win is a win.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. We know that.
Yeah, and Bowser throws. Actually, no, not Bowser throws at all. Sometimes you almost miss the bomb, like you can still get it if you're not right on, but sometimes you think you're gonna hit it and then you miss it. Okay, Shansss gets his 3rd star in TTC, which means he just needs 6 in Rainbow Ride before heading up to Bits. Yale needs 100 coin star in SL, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know if he needs anything else for his 10, or if this is his 10.
And we are at 40 minutes here, going into 41 minutes. The routes are pretty much solidified at this point, so it's just the runners wrapping up, finishing up 100 coin for SL right now. It appears that Shansss is in first place, but don't let that deceive you just because he's in Rainbow Ride. Anything can happen, and it's really kind of tough to tell with these particular runs.
Yeah, Shansss with the 100 coin Rainbow Ride, he'll probably get it in a different way that you'd see normally. Getting the red coin maze, okay, that's a good backup. And then finishing up on the cruiser rather than riding the carpet, because riding the carpet takes a really, really long time.
Forever. Yeah, absolutely.
Like at least a minute of carpet riding. Okay, so a bit of a hiccup from
Yale.
Shansss. Oh, what
Missing
happened?
those coins.
Oh.
He should be okay on his coin count as of right now, but
He's pulling the Beep Bop Bandit out here. Not quite.
the spin drift definitely showing him up.
Does he? Okay, I guess he wants 1 coin from the spin drift. Okay.
He did happen to miss those coins over on the small slide there.
Yale's trying
next
to
the igloo.
awkwardly jump and kick back up the slope. I mean, it worked out for him. Usually you just swim around and then kick up the slope moving forwards, but Yale doesn't, yeah, he doesn't care what you think. He just couldn't do it.
Exactly. It's
Okay,
Yale.
So, Shane's on the cruiser. He's gonna have to get the chuck, yeah. He didn't get quite enough. Okay, that looks pretty low.
Oh, wow. That made me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the bonk coming from a mile away, and
Bonka S in chat. Like,
wow.
I'm pretty familiar with the cannon lineup. Like, I was thinking like that would barely work, but I was also like, he could just bonk. Like, I'm not sure about this. He was so close. Like,
Incredibly close.
that would have cost him
Oh.
probably the race. There's no way like after that getting the whole 100 coin star again. Like, would he have a chance with the L making some massive errors? So he was like a tiny keyboard input down away from losing this race. So very scary stuff from Shansss.
Right. Wow. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of clinched in my chair for that. Whew. All right. Shansss finishing up is reds right now, just as
Why
Yale.
is Yale getting more stars?
I
know
am not
what he's doing.
understanding either.
Was that an accident?
Yeah, because right now, to complete row 2, all he needed was at least 1 star from 10 stages.
There's no reason why he needed
Yeah,
to
there's
do
no reason. He just
any of those stars.
he likes the stars. All right. BLJ is the bane of the 16-star
That was hot.
runners. That was pretty hot. I mean, not gonna lie, my backside is on fire just watching Mario skimp up those stairs.
I'm not feeling too good about DL right now. Shane's got those TDC stars. He's done really well, really quickly. Gale has all 6 to do. Shane's is pretty close to being done with Rainbow Ride. I'm sorry.
Well, Yale at this point has got to get 3 stars in TTC and Rainbow Ride, like you said. So 6 stars total from 2 different courses. Shansss has already knocked out his TTC 3, so he's going for his Rainbow Ride 3 right now. After that, you know, he's still got 3 more stars to do in Rainbow Ride, so they may still be pretty close. I think this one's going to end up coming down to throws.
I think he only has tricky triangles left. Oh, he's marked the goal, which means like he didn't mess up. Going for the safe strat, I approve. This one is definitely much nicer than trying to do the harder triple jump wall kick, and then the harder long jump, and then like the harder triangles.
We need a stamp for that. This is Badronis approved. We need a stamp.
I would support that.
Let's make that happen. GSA, we need to contact GSA. Let's see if we can make that happen. Looks like Shan's headed upstairs.
So neither of them are going to get bitch red coin stars. So like my early game hypothesis was completely rebuked.
Right, it's a shock.
Square, even though it's not too much thing. Okay, I expect Shansss to do a pretty good Sky because he was the EMU 16-star world record holder for a while. You can see him do that Mario Cam setup to line up his triple jump dive. That's something unique to keyboard. A lot of fancy off angles that you can compensate for with certain Mario Cam setups, which Shansss is required to know in order to play at a high level on keyboard. He might go for like moving right side. Nope, moving left. Oh no, okay, he fell.
That's all right. I mean, he's got a sizable lead right now. If he just takes it slow and steady, he shouldn't have any issues at all.
Okay. Playing it safe. Badronis approved. Stall kicks, whatever you want to call it. Shansss looks to take this bingo over Yale. I mean, I know Shansss is good, and I know he plays bingo, but I'm still kind of surprised.
All
well
done
played
with
today.
a keyboard. Yeah, I mean,
like very little mistakes for me to like really point out. It's pretty solid the whole way through. Now he's got 3 throws to hit, and he'll have clinched a win against Yale. But unlike the non-stop 70 tournament, this format is a little bit different. Instead of best of 3s, we have a lower bracket, so Yale will not be eliminated.
Yes.
He will be playing additional games potentially to make a run through the lower bracket. This is a 16-player tournament, so there'll be 8 lower bracket people to fight it out.
If you're interested in that, all you got to do
Yale
is
dies.
exclamation point bracket to be able to check that out.
Shansss with perfect throws though, clinching the dub with a 47-42.
47-42.
GG.
Absolutely, and
Keyboarders
still a
like
shock, right? Still a shock that this was done with a keyboard. You know, that's still. You talked about the unique camera angles and the different things that you have to do while operating on a keyboard. It's truly amazing to me to watch.
Yeah, like, you know, in a way, you have to be like almost more practiced on keyboard, or at least more cerebral, because Mario 64 is like a very visual game. It's not based off of like knowing glitches and like intricate like code working of the game. Like if you watch like ZFG play Ocarina of Time, like he'll like explain every strat in detail, and it's always like a really deep, like, you know, there's really deep reasoning in the game why it works. Mario 64, you see the red hat man and you move the red hat man, right?
Right.
But with keyboard, it's a little bit trickier than that. You know, you can't compensate for like a bad like initial like long jump by just angle correcting or switching around and doing some like crazy saves. If you have the wrong camera, you have to be very deliberate, very practiced, and methodical in what you do with your camera. Neil going up to bits here. Good build, Jay. He's like, that's one thing he's just done way better than you would have expected. I think he's gonna go ahead and finish. I don't see why he can.
Thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special.
Oh, missed the rollout. That's gonna ruin his like the normal pro cycle.
Both runners did very, very well. Two very different runners. Yale, when I first started watching Yale, I know he was on emulator for a while, recently switched over to console. I was able to participate in a couple of races with him and a couple of other really solid 70 runners. Definitely a consistent player, but you can see how the wall kick by accident. Yeah, but you can definitely see where small routing options can change the entirety of the race. You look at what was Shans's final star count? Was it around the same as Yale?
Yeah, actually, I think he had like 43. Yale has 42. Maybe more than 43. It was in the 40s though, for sure. But like, Shansss had some really good synergy with the rows he picked, where I thought his upstairs was going to be a lot longer than it ended up being, where his TDC and Rainbow Ride, he did like very good execution, almost no problems. Got all the wedge drive roll and THI stars that he needed to, weren't too many. Like that worked very well together. Whereas Yale, he had to do like all stars in JRB, all stars in THI, stuff like that. Just like really kind of dragged his run down. Whereas Shansss was able to like make those like big squares into like manageable chunks where they accomplished multiple goals for him. It's made his run time a lot faster.
And hitting, like you said, both of those at the same time helps. It helps out a lot.
I think we might get an interview from Yale. We'll have to see. Oh, he's going to decline.
That's quite all right. You know, an amazing run from both of these guys. Shansss doing really, like we said, consistent. Great run. Something that is definitely different. You know, at this point, you know, I do want to give a shout out to GSA, or the Global Speedrun Association, the official home of speedrun competitions, specifically for things such as Celeste, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Brothers, the very first SMB. Definitely, if you get a chance, check them out on Twitter. It's Global Speedrun. All of the newest information is put out there. All of the brand new stuff that's coming up. They just finished up the World Peace Tournament for Super Mario Odyssey, which was amazing. I've never been into that game until that tournament. I just could not stop watching. They did really, really well throughout that tournament. We've even got a few races on this channel tomorrow, back to back to back on the book. So you got to stay tuned for that, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got quite a few things going on.
It's going to be Cheese versus Punkay. That's probably the match you're expecting to see tonight, but that's going to be tomorrow. So the bingo Clash of the Titans here on GSA's Speedrun SM64 tomorrow. And we'll also have commentary from Simply and Pity like all day. So get the real boys in here, you know. Show us how it's done.
We don't talk about Taco Bell as much. They're excellent at what they do. For sure, commentating the big boys tomorrow. Hopefully we'll hear some more on Simply and his Taco Bell expertise on the double chalupa. I'm excited to hear about that too.
Yeah. I think that's it from us.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Stay tuned on the channel. We're going to keep you updated. See you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here for Cheese versus Punkay. Right now, we're going to turn it over to Speedrun's MO, Speedrun SMO, which is Super Mario Odyssey. Cheese has been practicing up. He's ready to take the reins over there. Thank you, guys. You have an absolutely wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.